Oh, wait. I have things. Howdy, Howlers. This is Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voigt. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. Today I am reading from Year of the Witch. We are talking about Ostara. I know it's kind of not the season, but it's a Year of the Witch. We're going to talk about all the seasons. We're going to talk about all the seasons. Hi, Jenny. Ooh. Cool. So I am a fan of Twin Cities by Night. I think it is an excellent example of a World of Darkness game. And they have a new thing up and theme music and all the cool things. So I'm super behind. But I will catch up sometime this season, I suspect. Hi. Ooh. 13th age. I don't know what 13th age is. I guess I should put this thing in my Discord. Put this I also need to buy that Hi Amelia, how's it going? Hopefully that comment will come over to, yep, there it goes. Hi Amelia. If you have been to my channel before, it's been a long time. So, hello, you are welcome to come and talk witchy things. I'm gonna want more coffee. Definitely gonna want more coffee. I think this is my second. I usually do 3 cups to get my morning started. That is often a thing. In case you missed it, we're going to be reading from Year of the Witch, and talking about Ostara. Ostara. Ooh. What's it say? Fourth spoke, on the dark side of the modern wheel of the year, you can cut all the flowers, but you cannot keep spring from coming. Ooh. Always up for witchy things. That's awesome. Did a dark chocolate cocoa this morning. I am super jealous. I did coffee with sweet cream in it. Also, my lipstick is... It's a lip stain, so I have a cup that like permanently has lip stain on it, and I don't like that. So if I can prevent it from happening again, I will totally do that. I'd give it another minute for people to wander in. Oh, maybe I should put some keywords. Is that a thing I should do? Oh, if you are looking for sprints, I do believe that the AuthorTube virtual retreats with Zara Hoffman at the moment, I believe they are currently running sprints. So if you are looking to be productive this morning, I would go to Zara Hoffman's channel, and then you can hook up with the playlist and continue doing sprints at your leisure. That was another minute. Okay. Ostara. Light and dark meet in the middle twice a year. Ostara is the spring equinox, which means that the length of night and day are equal. Equinox descends from equus, the Latin word for equal, and nox, the word for night. Thought to be Roman in origin, Ostara predates Wicca and Christianity. Ostara is thought to have been established by Caesar to mark the beginning of the tropical year. And contrary to popular belief, while Easter does share a lot of similarities with Ostara, they are not the same thing. Agreed. Easter is the first Sunday after the first full moon following the spring equinox. That is why Easter can be celebrated in late March or early April. In general, the religious celebration of Easter has nothing to do with the secular tradition of eggs, rabbits, and candy that are popular with the springtime holiday today. There is variants of the Ostara holiday found all throughout the world. The spring equinox symbolizes rebirth, revival, and resurrection, as it is the last festival in the dark half of the wheel. The warming temperatures also lead to increased fertility, and it is a great time to be planting the seeds of love magic. To look around outside, you would begin to notice that the earth is fertile, pregnant with the possibility of life, just about to spring forth from the ground. Some Wicca traditions hold that the goddess and god are married at Ostara. You were born on Ostara. That's awesome. My husband was born on the 20th of December, technically, so it's not quite the longest night or Yule, or, it is just before it, which is awesome because usually it means like there's a late party that's going down. Speaking of late parties, I want to have an AuthorTube holiday party where we drink and dress nice and be holiday-y. Oh my gosh, are you serious? What are the odds? And your hubby was born on Yule. I guess it speaks volumes as to when people are banging, huh? Hi, Sabra. Yeah. It's craziness. So keep that on the back burner of your mind. Holiday party on StreamYard. You are new here. I know you've been stalking me on Facebook a little bit, but it's really good. Oh, it's Sabra. Okay. I had a friend who pronounced it differently. Sabra. Got it. Hi, Tani. I just looked at my empty cup of coffee. So good to see you guys. All right. Throughout European history and much of world history even, it was commonplace to give a couple livestock to encourage and promote fertility in their union. I don't understand what that means. It means that you tried to friend me at some point, and every time I log into Facebook, it's like, Sebra Millsap wants to be your friend. And I'm like, I do not know Sebra Millsap. But now I know you. So, sipping on Earl Grey. So currently we are reading through Year of the Witch, talking witchy stuff. If you are interested in sprints and the like, then Zara Hoffman is currently running sprints for writers and productivity and whatnot. Me, I am just chilling out, drinking coffee from my empty cup and reading the book. All right, gods and goddesses of Ostara. I just think of like the maiden and the horned god like getting it on. That's usually what I think of. Spring brings with it a wealth of gods and goddesses coming out of the winter and rejuvenating the earth with life. Yes, I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There are so many worshipped across all cultures, but here are the most popular. So, Ostara, I guess. Ostara is named after the Anglo-Saxon goddess of spring, Ostara or Öster. Even with a modern holiday being named after her, not much is actually known about the goddess Öster. Pan, the horned god, like I thought. Ostara brings with it the return of the horned god in a new form, Pan. Pan is a god of nature and the wild. He brings in the coming of spring with his songs, waking up the slumbering animals through the wilderness. The triple goddess, as always. Looking at the gods and goddesses of Ostara, we also tend to see various goddess aspects of the triple goddess as she resumes her maiden form. This is true of any triple goddess, but not delegated to a particular one. And then Persephone. I usually think of Persephone in bulk, sort of, and Samhain, like winter time sort of situation. Persephone is also linked to Easter as the flowers and birds are beginning to return from their winter hiatus. We can find Demeter, who is caring for her daughter Persephone after her time spent in the underworld. Oh, so it's her coming out of the underworld. I got it. Spring cleaning. It is no coincidence that we have a tradition of spring cleaning. As the last spoke on the dark half of the year, Ostara is just on the cusp of a new season of life in nature. Not only do we have our physical spaces gotten dusty, sometimes our mental spaces have too. Oh, hey, Raven. How's it going? You're up late. You're up super late. Spring and Ostara in particular is where we tend to ourselves and restore the balance in our physical and spiritual spaces. Most of us know Marie Kondo's theory for decluttering and cleaning our lives. This is a physical practice that deeply affects our spiritual well-being. Cleaning, tidying up, and decluttering not only allow us to breathe, but they allow us to decide what we devote energy to daily. We have the choice to maintain lots of things or fewer things. When we have lots of things in our lives, the physical clutter is a direct reflection of the internal clutter that we may have. Oh, that speaks volumes because I am a clutter bug. I am, at least compared to my husband, that's for sure. But all of my clutter is like stuff I use. It's funny. Oh, hi, Katerina. Thank you. Thank you very much. With the change to the 12-hour shift, what constitutes as late has become quite fluid. Oh, 12-hour shift? God damn, dude. And this is going on for like the next 2 weeks, 1 week. Jeez. Turtle! dark cocoa. Jenny! Environment is a reflection. I still struggle with clutter, so I give more gifts to combat it. Like the walnut ink, which I've been trying to use, but I really hate calligraphy pens. So I'm going to try it with a brush and see if that goes better. It was so yummy. 2 on, 2 off. Yeah, minimum of 2 weeks, it looks like. Bleh. Good luck. Yeah, good luck. Ooh, Florida water. See page 193. I noticed that, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I did a video yesterday about 10 gifts to give a baby witch. And I was very keen to talk about things that the witch could not make herself. So, though you can make candles, it's a real pain in the ass. So, artists have clutter. Keep trying to organize and accept, yeah. I have to take care of the basement today. It has been years since I've looked at anything on my shelf. So I'm going to totally revamp all of that. See what can be thrown away. It's better with a brush. It starts light and you have to layer it. Yeah. Yeah. I see this as kindly as I can, as I am a clutterer myself. And I feel fairly confident in saying that if you clutter your space, there is some aspect of either your spiritual or mental life that is cluttered as well. It's one of those basic concepts that you can find in almost any self-help book, but it's really true. Do we control our belongings, or do our belongings control us? Oh, my belongings totally control me. My belongings, I am addicted to my bullet journal, so it is always there. I am addicted to my book of shadows and the stuff that I am researching, so that is always there. I am tracking things in another bullet journal. I am working on a holiday card, so all my watercolor stuff is out, and yeah. So my husband looks at it and he's like, oh God, there's so much clutter. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm using it all. He's like, clean up. And I'm like, I can put it in a neat stack, I guess. And then I'm just going to destroy the stack and spread stuff out anyway. So I have my pots on a lot of burners. That's all I got to say. If you think that things have gotten out of hand, do not worry. You can follow the basic process of decluttering that follows. And remember, you're not decluttering just to declutter. You are decluttering to allow spiritual growth and energy to flow through your space. And my husband is in the back room a lot. So it would be very nice if I made it such a way that he can exist in a much more comfortable spiritual and mental capacity. Yeah, I'd like to have my tools around. Exactly. Oh, thank you. I want to show off the rest of my sweater for a second. Isn't it cute? 'Tis the season. Sage! Room divider to hide the clutter. If there was space for a room divider. It's a basement with very limited space. It's like the shelves with the space that they take up is very limited. Yay. More workspaces. A room with a purpose shines with that responsibility. So I have a studio in the basement, but because I do these streams and stuff, and the lighting is better, and it's closer to the kitchen and the bathroom, so I can just like sit back and forth if I gotta. And the talking to my screen and stuff like that really distracts my husband, especially when he's working. So it's supposed to be a shared space, but because I've started YouTubing since like April, kind of makes it so that I interrupt whatever it is that he's doing. So I have taken over the living room, by God. So my living room, I actually have like a ring light set up right now, and I got the natural light coming in, and got the stuff behind me, and like I prepared this space. All right, so here we go. Spring cleaning and decluttering ritual. Here's the stuff you need. It has a little introduction. I will be the first person to admit that I am cluttered. I have tried nearly every hack to get organized, and yet I still find myself amid a sea of chaos in my daily life. Sound familiar? If so, this one is for you. Separate offices. Yeah, no kidding. Wouldn't that be nice, separate offices? All right, a white 7-day jar candle, a large garbage bags, a broom, a mop, Florida water. Do you guys know what Florida water is? I'm going to pause for a second. Do you know what Florida water is? I do. I make it. I find it far more beneficial to make it than to buy it. How do you guys feel about Florida water? I use it instead of smudging or recaning, which is the more proper word of, burning sage and spiritually cleansing your house. I much prefer Florida water. It smells better for one. I've always used vodka. I use vodka to make my Florida water. Oh. Hello. I would still use Florida water. Oh. No, don't burn me. Yeah. Florida water is basically alcohol. I use the cheapest vodka I can find. I put in all of the essential oils that are floral in some way. I will throw those in there, and I'm actually starting to run low on stuff. And then I shake it up real good, and then I put it on my altar for a little while, and then I shake it up real good again, and then I spray it until the place that I am spraying feels like home. So it's less about cleaning and more about like cleansing the stuff spiritually. It's I'm talking to my sister at the same time. I need to go back and catch the beginning. We're talking about organization and cleaning. We are. Ostara and spring cleaning at the moment. Ooh, I do not love spring cleaning. It is a thing that needs to be done, and I'm not huge on it. American Airlines broke my sister's wheelchair. She's down in Florida with my parents right now because my dad and my sister share the same birthday. So my sister wanted to be down in Florida for her birthday and hanging out with my dad. And American Airlines broke her wheelchair, which is totally fucked. I want to switch. My roommates are always filling the space with funky vibes. Oh yeah, it's hard using sage though with the way it smells. I usually end up smudging in the middle of the night. Florida water. You can buy it for like, I don't know, $7 to $10. You can buy a bottle of it. It's a perfume. But you can make it as well. If you have a collection of essential oil, which I do. But that was a long time in the making. I would probably recommend just buying it on Amazon and then leaving it on your... Hi, Courtney! There is a recipe for Florida water in the back of the book. Let's look. 193. Florida water. Yeah, exactly. Though she says she wants to put vervain in hers and bay leaves, which is fine. You can totally do that. I use rosemary essential oil. And I use like a $3 perfume spritzer. And they're plastic, but they look like glass. 1 to 2 ounces of alcohol. I put in more than that. Rosemary and bay leaves. Gently shake them. Add essential oils and shake vigorously. Store in a cool, dark place, a bookshelf or under a sink, and shake before use. Transfer into smaller spray bottles to use cleaning doorways, altars, floors, people, etc. Oh, my car. Hi, Maya. How's it going? I don't see myself as a witch, but just hopping into new. Hello. So good to see you. I have oils and vodka, but I'll buy some to start. Yeah. Actually, let me hook you up with a link. Is there a share button? There's a save button. I would love to... I have to go directly to Amazon. Sorry about that, guys. Google is like, you want to buy it from Google, right? No. Or water. This stuff. Let me share my screen for you. This is the stuff. Which is funny because it says Florida water, but it's made in New York. Never drink the stuff, holy crap. You can use it for just about everything. Oh no, you don't have to worry about being offensive or anything like that. Like, this is an honest place, and if you have questions, I would love to clear them up. I also figure that these talks in the morning are also great for writers who do fantasy. So maybe they can be inspired by like actual witchcraft, and maybe they might tweak their own magic systems to kind of like encompass actual magic, so we have proper representation in fantasy. Yeah, of course. Oh, um, is there a share button? No. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a long ass link, but there it is. That didn't work out. No. Yeah. I cannot share it. It is dumb. You are a fantasy writer. That is excellent. Absolutely 100% what Jenny said. No judgment. There are no bad questions, only bad answers. Well, I try not to give bad answers. Birth certificate, separation agreement, a small batch of things that I shouldn't be having trouble finding. I've been trying to organize things in my house to quell my spiked anxiety. I was having some success until I realized I wasn't seeing was some of my most important files. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I have it organized next to my desk, but I'm not 100% sure where in that mess it is, because I don't have the stuff labeled. Kitchen witches, oh, absolutely. I do some amount of kitchen witchery, but really you probably want to talk to Haley Spence. She's a kitchen witch. And Nicole Ford Thomas is a cottage witch, which encompasses kitchen witchery as well. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, it works? Oh, okay. It split it up into two things. Did it split it up into two things, or did it post it twice? No, it split it up into two things. Super weird. I've got more information on two of my pets who passed on 4 years ago, respectively, than my own life. I know those feelings. I don't know, I'm organized, but it's still chaotic. I've embraced labeling, no shame. If you struggle with object permanence, you are nuts with labels, yeah. You can never have too many. I am a chaos witch, which means I do a little bit of everything. I basically pick and choose from other traditions and make my own tradition. Dogma free. I'm really upset about American Airlines breaking my sister's wheelchair. That is really fucked. It's split into two things. With Amazon, it's easiest just to copy part of the URL from HTTPS to the / after the product number. That way it's a clean link, no tracking things. Thank you. I don't think I'm a chaos witch, but I am chaotic. You will find as many definitions of what a witch is as there are witches. Absolutely. If you want to talk it out, though, shoot me an email. Yeah. Or I'd be happy to talk about it here. Absolutely. Speaking of kitchen witches, here's the lovely Spence. Hello, hello. She's probably one of the more prolific kitchen witches that I know. I do have another couple in my life, one of which has made her kitchen an actual temple, like a sanctuary. Her sanctum is top notch. Top notch. We summoned to Spence. Spence has arrived. It is so good. So yeah, this recommends the candle, the garbage bags, the broom, the mop, the Florida water, which we just discussed, right? The salt, and a few free hours. Well, sleep inertia hit you hard today. That's one of the reasons why when I get out of bed, the first thing I do is feed my cat. Then I make coffee. While my coffee is brewing, I take my meds, and then use the restroom and stuff like that. And then I go and take my coffee to the porch and I smoke a cigarette just so I can change from sleep mode to active mode. I'm usually on the porch when I say good morning to my Discord. So I try my best to combat sleep inertia, especially since I take sleep meds the night before. The upside is the sleep meds that I take don't leave me groggy in the morning, which is good. Okay, so here's the cleansing ritual that she talks about. All right, begin by lighting the candle and placing it in your working altar. Ask your higher powers to lend you peace as you begin this task. Leave the candle burning as much as possible, preferring letting it burn straight through. Take a few moments to center yourself in meditation. Reflect on what area in your physical world brings you the most stress. When you feel grounded, grab those trash bags and head to that area. Yeah, there's a couple of areas that really do that to me. Put everything except furniture items that are 100% necessary for daily function into bags and place them in a closet or closed room. No way. Grab your broom and sweep in a clockwise motion, moving the dirt out of the room and out of your front door. Next, prepare your mop by placing a pinch of salt and a generous amount of cleansing herbs or Florida water into a bucket of cold water. Mop the floor in a counterclockwise motion. Allow your floors to completely dry before using them again. Oh. Hi, Al. Since I rely on instinct, I have a lot of chaos witch elements. I use the Japanese and Maho Tsukai to describe myself since Shinto inspired how I energetically interact with nature and objects. So there are elements to my practice that touch into Shinto, but I struggle a little bit with respect to my elders, respect to my ancestors, because I'm third generation Buddhist, but they practiced Nichiren Buddhism, not Shintoism, which, by the way, Nichiren Buddhism was illegal to practice in Japan at the time. So it was Shinto, or Shinto. And if you did not follow Shinto, then you were usually sentenced to death or prison. So I try not to disrespect my ancestors, but Zaitin and I really get along. So, oh, why, thank you. Gotta bounce, but happy witching. See you later, Moon Bunny. Bye, Sage. Oh, yeah. Just in case Christina doesn't show up, this is the homage to Christina. Would empaths, clairaudience, clairsentience, etc. be considered witches? Sort of. I think those are aspects of witchcraft, but you don't necessarily have to label yourself as a witch to be any of those things. As a diviner, I can say that I'm a straight up diviner. I am not a witch. Religious oppression is a plague on humanity. I agree. I would say they overlap if they're not mutually exclusive. Yeah, all of those things overlap. Yeah. Because Tawny is an empath. Yeah. So, do not return to the bags of stuff until the 7-day candle has burned all the way down, or wait 7 days before going back to the bags. This will allow you the clarity and space to declutter and start fresh. I just wish I had more space to put things. I need another bookshelf is what I need, but I don't have space for another bookshelf. I ended up giving away a bookshelf when I moved, and mostly because I didn't have space for another bookshelf. And now I really miss that bookshelf. So I'm going to try and reorganize the basement, my area of the basement, and then my area of the back room a little bit. Okay. Eggs at Easter. Being a witch is a taken title, absolutely. Being an empath is just something that happens. I don't really identify as a witch, but I am an empath. Oh. I have mislabeled you then. Dyeing Easter eggs is a popular secular tradition that we've probably all taken in at some point in our lives. In the Middle Ages, Europeans began decorating eggs as a treat following Easter Sunday Mass. These eggs were eaten to break the fast from Lent, and this is still something that occurs in parts of Europe today. The original intent behind dyeing eggs was to encourage the sun to get brighter, which is why so many Easter eggs incorporate the color yellow. Eggs are the ultimate symbol of fertility and potential, a time when we are finally coming out of the darkness of winter and the light of spring is just around the corner. I think the only way to know if someone is a witch is to ask. If an empath says I'm a witch, then they're a witch. If an empath says I'm not a witch, then nope. Pretty much. They are not mutually exclusive. When selecting, regardless of its actual origin, Regardless of its actual origin, what we do know is that decorating eggs is a central activity in today's modern Easter traditions. So why not have a little bit of fun with it? They're Ostara eggs. Okay. There are tons of ways to dye eggs, but the best way to foster that energy of fertility is to use natural elements instead of boxed dyes. There are tons of plants that can provide beautifully colored eggs if you're willing to give it a shot. When selecting materials for naturally dyed eggs, it's best to use fresh or frozen produce. Canned vegetables and fruits typically lose their color and aren't very pleasing. Depends. Here are a few ingredients I have found over the years to dye eggs natural colors. Some work better than others, but I have successfully or unintentionally managed all of these colors using these ingredients. I think think of it as a Venn diagram. There are witches and there are empaths, and some overlap in the middle. Yeah. My sister uses silk ties to dye eggs. So red, lots of yellow onion skins. Beets, I can second the beets. Beets are great for dyeing eggs. Choke cherries, raspberries. Pink beets, again, it's just a matter of how long you let it sit. Cranberries, cherries. Orange, the yellow onion skins, depending on how long you let them sit. Carrots, yellow. Who would use saffron to dye things? Oh my God. That shit is expensive, man. Yeah, to dye eggs. Cool. I feel like I might be an empath too, at least based on the Google descriptions, but to what extent, I'm not sure. So maybe meditate on it and figure out just where on the scale you might be. She has to blow them out first because the dyeing process makes the egg inedible. Oh. Blueberry, green spinach, yellow saffron, right. Cumin, turmeric, chamomile. I can second to turmeric. You grow saffron? Can you send me some? Holy crap. I want to grow saffron. Blue. Also, as a note, if you do henna at any point, if you would like it to be a nice gold color, you can tap turmeric into the henna and it will come out gold. I need this magic. A friend who is a pastor's wife gave me bulbs. Oh my gosh. Turmeric is a better option. I agree. It's a cheaper option for one. When you're using natural dyes, it's easiest to hard boil your eggs and your dye materials at the same time. Boil eggs as you usually would and set them aside. In a large mason jar or bowl, prepare your boiled dyes. When you have placed the dye in whatever container you will use for your eggs, place the eggs in and let them sit in for a few hours. Adding a little bit of vinegar to the water will help enhance the color. Remove them from the liquid and allow them to dry. That's one way to do it. Alternatively, you can soak hard-boiled eggs in a room temperature dye for longer, which is how I've always done it. Note that red eggs need to be boiled with copious amounts of red onion and vinegar, and it will take longer. When you dye eggs with natural products, they aren't glossy like how boxed dyes make them. However, you're probably not done with your eggs yet, and you will use paint or markers to add designs. Once you've finished designing your eggs, coat them with a little bit of vegetable oil to give them that nice sheen. Onion skins will make a nice pastel yellow too, depending on how long you let them sit. Absolutely. A time to recommit to our goals. Ooh, we get to talk about Beltane tomorrow. That's cool. Ostara is this unique time of year when we are just coming out of the dormant stage of winter, but are not quite able to jump into the active stages of spring and summer. For whatever reason, I am really averse to the light that filters through in April and find that the earth is overall too bright and buzzy and happy. Maybe I just wish that it were still autumn, or perhaps I'm just going through a little bout of seasonal depression. Either way, I find that during this time, I often struggle with maintaining motivation to work toward the goals I set in the Imbolc period. This is the time of year I am most inclined to be lazy. So I created a spell against laziness for just this type of problem. Sounds like something I need. Performing a series of steps is actually very similar to forming a new habit. We can't objectively target and work on our problems unless we are able to identify them. By giving ourselves the ability to objectively look at what is working and what is not working, we empower ourselves to maintain power over our reality. And that is actually something that I've been working on quite diligently this week. I do like penises. Yeah, it's a good way of putting it. Okay, so dust banishing ritual, or a ritual to form a new habit. This ritual is perfect for whatever you feel as though you've lost track of your goals or your momentum to accomplish the things you want to get done. Hey, right here, buddy. It helps you hit the reset button and come back to your focused self with fresh eyes and energy, a kind of antidote to that post-New Year's resolution slump. You'll need to assemble a few basic supplies to start: a talisman that you will wear every day, a notebook and pen. I'm just going to say that she's very good at mentioning a notebook and pen for each of those rituals, because you will be recording your findings, both your setup and your process, and then your findings. Like, I know a lot of witches that are really bad at note taking and stuff like that when they're doing their ritual work. I am particularly good about it. I definitely want to see my path, and I want to be good to it, you know? Okay. A talisman is a piece of jewelry or other trinket that is used in spell work for protection and to bring good fortune or wealth. A talisman is there are two types of charms that you can wear, like around your neck or on your keychain or whatever. They are talismans, which are man-made, and there are amulets, which are nature-made. I need to get going, but thank you everyone for answering my questions and being so kind about it. With the hearts. I hope to have sketches to you today. So watch your inbox. I have a little notebook, but lately I feel I need to make a bigger one. Yeah, I always end up writing more than I think. I know, right? Witchy journaling is a big part of my life. Absolutely. I'm out to, okay, see you later. Thanks for keeping me company this morning. Thank you for keeping me company. Jeez. I've got another 5 minutes, so I'm going to try and get through this ritual. Okay, yeah. All right, a talisman isn't always used for protection, bring good fortune or wealth. It's not always a thing. It's basically a permanent spell that you keep on your person, whatever that spell may be. This doesn't have to be some large sign of paganism if you are either closeted or work a professional day job. I like to wear Alex and Annie charm bracelets I don't know what that is. They are inconspicuous enough to wear in daily life without question, affordable, and have tons of different varieties for whatever the mood of my spell is. To set the tone, light your 7-day candle and invoke the elements, spirits, gods, and goddesses, or guides that you would like to walk with you on your path to activity. Do not call on someone unless you want to work with them continually for the next few weeks. Grab your notebook and pen, sit back, and jot down what your day looks like. Start from the time you wake up to the time you lay down, all of the things you usually do and how you do them. Look objectively at the list and write down some of the areas you want to work on. Which one of these is most manageable right now? Circle one of them on the list of changes that you would like to make. Note, this shouldn't be the biggest problem on the list because that problem probably isn't manageable right now. Write out the sequence of events in which this problem or behavior occurs. Then write out the sequence of events as you want them to happen, changing the process. Whatever your pattern is, write it down on a new sheet of paper. As a bonus, drawing a sigil to charge your new daily ritual can help you maintain motivation during the first few days. Sigils are small symbols made by a witch or occultist to embody a particular spell or manifestation. I actually did a workshop on how to create sigils very early in my YouTube career. So if you go back in my videos and stuff like that, I might, when I edit this live stream, I might put a card linking back to my video on how to make sigils. When you figured out, whatever your pattern is, write it down on a new sheet of paper, draw a sigil. Sigils are small symbols made by a witch or occultist to embody a particular spell or manifestation. When you figured our new, I think there's a typo, out your new pattern and sigil, leave the paper along with the talisman to charge with the 7-day candle. Leave the candle burning and come back to it each day during the duration of the burn. With each day that passes, assess what is working out about your new pattern and what isn't. The reason we are leaving the talisman with the burning candle is because creating a new ritual to replace a faulty one rarely works the first time around. Allow yourself a few minutes throughout each day that the candle is burning to come back and be honest about your progress and what might need correcting. At the end of the 7th day, or however long it takes your jar candle to burn, pick up the talisman and prepare to banish the dust. Grab some good old-fashioned cleaning supplies and literally dust off all the surfaces in your house, setting your intention to continue with your new patterns and ritual daily. Tomorrow, we will talk about Beltane, which is one of, I'm not going to lie, because my birthday is like smack dab during Beltane, and of all the times that I have interactions with the Fae, it is always during Beltane. So, both positively and negatively. So, I try to stay on their good side. I did have an experience this past autumn where 2 Fae came to my house and then died 2 days later or 3 days later. And I was trying to figure out whether my house is poison or my space is a safe place for Fae to come and pass away. And I still haven't figured that out, but I have been basically some dear friends have encouraged me that my space is safe enough for Fae to come and pass away without like birds coming and eating them and whatnot. Thank you all for joining me today as we talked through the Year of the Witch. We talked about Ostara. We talked about Florida water. We talked about kinds of things today. Thanks again for joining me this morning. Tomorrow we will talk about Beltane, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.